Froggy goes to the library. It was Saturday morning, and Froggy stayed in bed to read his favorite book. It was about Super Frog. Froggy, called his mom. What? It's time to get up, dear. We have to go to the library. Yippee! Cried Froggy, and he hopped out of bed and flopped to the kitchen. Flop, flop, flop. Let's go, said Froggy, and he started flopping out the door. Flop, flop, flop. First, said Mom, you have to get dressed. I know that, said Froggy. It doesn't look like he knows that. And he flopped back to his room, and he got dressed. Zip, zoop, zup. Zut, 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 zat. Then he flopped back, flop, 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 and said, let's go. I want to get books about Super Frog and T-Rex. But first, eat your breakfast, dear. Yum, said Froggy. Home flies and ketchup. Munch, crunch, munch. Then Froggy raced out the door. Froggy, called his mother. What? Don't forget your book bag, dear, so you can carry home lots of books. I'd better take the wheelbarrow, cried Froggy. I'm getting tons of books. And off to the library they went. Squeak, squeak, squeak. In no time at all, Froggy had a stack of books so high they couldn't see over the top. So he tripped over Polly. Oops! And fell smack on his face. Splat! And spilled all his books. And that's when he saw Froggalina. Hi, Froggy. Hee hee. Want some help picking up your books? I can do it myself, shouted Froggy. Please use your indoor voice, dear, said librarian Miss Otterbottom. First, Froggy read a book about Super Frog. He wasn't very good at reading, but he was very good at looking at the pictures. Zwit, zwit. When he got to the part about Super Frog flying high and fast after bad guys, he stood on the table and spread his arms like wings. Please sit down, dear, said Miss Otterbottom. It's not polite to stand on a table. Oops, said Froggy. Then he picked up lots of books about dinosaurs, especially his favorite, T-Rex. Roar! Cried Froggy, holding his hands up like claws. Froggy! Called Miss Otterbottom. What? This is a library, dear, not a dinosaur park. Oops, said Froggy. Sorry. Then Miss Otterbottom announced Storytime. Come gather around, children. Me, cried Pollywoggalina. Storytime is for babies, said Froggy. But little by little, the book that Miss Otterbottom was reading got all of his attention. What a great story, thought Froggy, and he wanted to know what happened next. So he scooted closer and closer. And once he started doing rhymes and songs, he got so excited that he leapfrogged over Froggalina, he leapfrogged over his mother, and leapfrogged over Polly. And right smack beside Miss Otterbottom and started singing, wiggle, wiggle, waggle, waggle, giggle, giggle, gaggle, gaggle. All the kids laughed like crazy, and Froggy kept singing and dancing. Until suddenly it grew quiet. So quiet you could hear a fly burp. Burp. Froggy took one look at Miss Otterbottom, and uh-oh, he knew he was in trouble. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. Miss Otterbottom stared at him hard. They smiled and joined in, and so did everybody else. Wiggle, wiggle, waggle, waggle, giggle, giggle, gaggle, gaggle, until story time was over. Thanks for being so, energetic, Froggy, said Miss Autobottom, and she handed him a book that she had been reading aloud and said, I'm glad I know that Froggy loves books. Come again soon! Thanks, cried Froggy. Books are the best. Then he put it on top of his pile to check out. Then rolled his wheelbarrow full of books with Polly on the top singing, wiggle, wiggle, waggle, waggle, giggle, giggle, gaggle, gaggle, all the way home. Squeak, squeak, squeak. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where Froggy leapfrogged over Froggalina, leapfrogged over his mom, and leapfrogged over Polly, and started singing, wiggle, wiggle, waggle, waggle, giggle, giggle, gaggle, gaggle. Try saying that 3 times fast. It's really a tongue twister. Wiggle, wiggle, waggle, waggle, giggle, giggle, waggle, gaggle. Froggy's lemonade stand. It was hot. Froggy woke up and looked out of the window. The sun was shining like a gold coin. Aha! He said to himself. That gives me a great idea. So he hopped out of bed and got dressed. Zip, zoop, zup, zut, 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 zat, and flopped to the kitchen for breakfast. Flop, flop, flop. Mom, he said, jumping on his chair, I'm going to have a lemonade stand and make lots and lots of money. Good idea, said his mother, but first eat your breakfast. So Froggy ate his breakfast of cereal and flies. Munch, crunch, munch, and thought about what he could buy with all the money he made. Let's see, he thought, a new hula hoop, a new pogo stick, boing, 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 a new superhero cape. Zoom! Then he said, okay, time to sell some lemonade. And he jumped up and flopped outside. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy! Called his mother. What? First you have to make the lemonade, dear. Oops, cried Froggy. I know that. He picked some lemons from their lemon tree, then raced into the kitchen and started squeezing them into a pitcher, singing, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ouch, cried Froggy. I squirted lemon juice in my eye. When the pitcher was full, he poured in a whole box of sugar. Sloop! Then lots and lots of ice cubes. Splat, splat, splat. Then he stuck his finger in to taste it. Yum, said Froggy. Then he flopped back outside with the lemonade. Flop, flop, flop. And he only splashed half of it out. Froggy, called his mom. What? You forgot to make a lemonade stand. Oops, I know that. Now, with a little help from Mom and Dad, Froggy made a lemonade stand. Bang, bang, bang. Then he hammered up a sign and shouted, Free lemonade for sale, 25 cents. But Froggy, said his mom, how could it be free if it cost 25 cents? Oops, cried Froggy. Then he drew a line through the word free. Swish! Then he sat down and waited for his first customer to come. He waited and waited and waited, and it got hotter and hotter. Every time Froggy got thirsty, he drank a cup of lemonade. Glug, glug, glug. And by the time his first customer, Froggalina, came and said, Hi, Froggy, a cup of lemonade, please. Just 2 drops dripped out of the pitcher. Splish, splish! All the lemonade was gone. Oops, said Froggy, and he ran off and raced back with an old soccer trophy. One soccer trophy for sale, 25 cents. But Froggy, what I really want is... Just then, Max showed up and said, "Hi, Froggy, a cup of lemonade, please." Froggy ran off and rushed back with a busted saxophone. One saxophone for sale, 25 cents. But Froggy, what I really want is... Just then, Matthew showed up and said, "Hi, Froggy, a cup of lemonade, please." "Yikes!" said Froggy, and he jumped up, ran off, and dashed back with a broken baseball bat. One baseball bat for sale, 25 cents. But Froggy, what I really want is... lemonade! Everybody shouted, even Polly Woggalina. "Oh, I give up," cried Froggy. "Follow me." And he led everybody back into the kitchen. "Oops," said Froggy. "There's no sugar left, and all the ice is melted, and all the lemons are gone." "I'll help you pick some more," said Froggalina. "And I'll get some sugar," said Max. "And I'll get some ice," said Matthew. "Good idea," said Froggy. So Max and Matthew ran off. Froggalina climbed the lemon tree and picked lemons. And when Max came back with a box of sugar, and Matthew came back with a bucket of ice, they all made lemonade together, singing, "Easy peasy lemon squeezy." Then they ran outside and had a wild lemonade party around the lemonade stand. "Froggy!" called his dad. "What? So how much money did you make?" "Oops," cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. "I didn't make 1 cent." But we all had a great time. "Yes," cried his friends. Arf, arf. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is when Froggy made lemonade with all his friends and had the lemonade party. Thank you for reading with me.